On this episode of Negative Modifier, we'll be playing the game deltagreen. Deltagreen is a mature tabletop RPG that tackles various dark and unsettling themes and topics that some listeners may find traumatizing, harmful, or generally uncomfortable. Listener discretion is advised. So, you remember this walk being a lot easier the previous night, but also maybe it's the time of day you're seeing just the ice and kind of, once you get out of the town, you're on like some gravelly roads, some dirt road type of situation. You're kind of going up over the hump of the island. And as you get about kind of 15 minutes out of town, at this point, you start seeing where you'd guess most of the locals live. They kind of live in little hamlets is the wrong phrase, but kind of like clusters of houses, or it'll be kind of like between like 3 and 5 houses all clustered together off of a road that kind of connects onto this main road. And that happens every so often. You do kind of at the very peak of the incline as you're going up over this thing, see a kind of like more decorative off turn. It's got a very nice kind of woven wicker or some type of archway over it. Lots of kind of flowers and streamers hung in it, like some fun little statues hanging up with some bells, some little like hanging wind chime style stuff made of like antlers and other stuff like that. Very artsy looking.
Does it look like a sheriff's office?
Well, this is not the sheriff's office. This is just a off turn from the main road you're going to. You haven't gotten to the sheriff's office.
Oh, okay.
You have to go back down basically the back side of the island towards the kind of docks and stuff like that to get to that. Like as you're getting away from town, the quote industry of the town is showing up. Like you're seeing kind of some signs of some fishing, some other stuff, but like actually, yeah, while you're doing that, what do people got for accounting?
I got 30%.
And
I have a 10%, but I can always roll it.
Yeah, everyone give me a roll for accounting.
79% failure.
That is a 63% failure.
I also rolled a 79% failure.
Something's not adding up as you're walking through this, but you can't quite put your finger on it. But it's got something to do with money, but you can't, again, kind of fully piece together what you're seeing. But yeah, as you start going down kind of the backside of the mountain, you see kind of some of the more traditional shops, ones that maybe aren't so tourist inclined. Like you see a general store that might have some electronics. You see that general store also happens to be kind of, as best you can tell, like the hardware store, the local grocery store, and basically the only non-touristy store you can tell. It's probably also like the pharmacy for the entire island and stuff like that, yes, but you can't tell from outside of it. You see a gas station. You see kind of the more traditional things one would need to have civilization on an island like this, but simply only like one of those, period. There's not kind of duplicates of anything like that. There's no second store. There's no second gas station. There's no like competing internet service providers. Hell, you're not sure they actually have internet here necessarily, but yeah.
I'm going to dip into the general store for a minute. I want to pick up some stuff.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I'm a little curious as to what the general store would look like. This island's quite quaint.
Yeah, I'm just going to follow because I don't want to like split up. So
I'll head inside. I don't want to describe exactly what I'm looking for because I don't exactly know what I'm looking for,
sure.
But it's basically like equipment that I can use to make or design like very basic listening devices or something, or like cameras, just basic electronic equipment.
I would say you're probably not going to be in luck here, but so as you enter the general store, a kind of bell above the door clangs, announces your presence, and a gruff, kind of older, going gray gentleman behind the counter kind of looks at you, shakes his head as a nod of greeting type of thing, goes back to messing with some papers on his table in front of him kind of thing, and then kind of pauses and looks up at you. He has a very kind of confused look on his face, and he goes, "Can I help you?"
I'm looking for electronics like chargers, cameras, that kind of stuff.
Aisle 6 between the boating repair supplies and the weather stripping.
Yeah, and do you have like I know that you probably don't have it out on the floor, but do you have like a box in the back of like just discarded electronics you don't really know how to price or something?
He raises an eyebrow at this. Are you the tourists or are you the people from the Coast Guard?
Or the feds, yeah.
Well, welcome to Red's Landing. Everything you just described, we don't exactly sell, and there's no in the back really. I got a storage supply for kind of some stuff like rice and what that never goes bad, but what you see is what you get. If someone needs something special, they order it through me and it comes over on the ferry.
What about like anything left over from the party? I'm sure that tourists lose their phones all the time.
He shrugs at this. Yeah, probably. You gotta go talk to the sheriff about that, though. I think he runs the lost and found for a lot of type of stuff, but between you and me, I think that's where most of the teenagers on the island get their phones these days.
Okay, I'm gonna just buy like food, so I don't need to eat out of a vending machine tomorrow.
Sure. Yeah, and this is all kind of off-brand food. It's all packaged and like did not come from the island, obviously, but like none of this is name brand. It's all the cheapest version of this stuff you can find possible.
Does he have fresh fish?
It does. And that's actually some pretty primo looking stuff. But that's some fresh fish.
Cool. I don't actually eat fish. I just wanted to make sure that there wasn't something weird going on with the fishing industry and them not having any. I'll get like canned stuff, so like a can of beans and lentils.
Yeah.
That's
so Cedric kind of looks at you. Food at the hotel not to your liking?
No, not really. You have like cases of water?
Yeah, kind of shakes his head to the upside of the store. Back there, next to the beer and other libations.
You sell Watson?
Ha!
Wassel?
If the mayor would trust me with that stuff. Nah. All our goods come in from the mainland.
Why doesn't he trust you with it?
The intended clientele aren't exactly major patrons of the store. If I'm being honest, you three are the first non-residents to come in here since... That starts counting in his head. I don't know, like 2020 or something.
Wow. Okay.
No, that's not true. There was that one woman looking for, oh God, what was it? She a contact solution or something. And we had it, but we didn't have the right brand for it. So she didn't buy it. But
oh, is that the woman that had the accident?
Nah, it wasn't Rebecca. Damn shame about her. But no, this was someone else.
Yeah, I mean, you must have a lot of people come in the store often. Anyone say anything about what happened? Any gossip going around?
I have shrugs. Yeah, you may not have noticed it last night, but the island's a little bit treacherous. If you go out towards the edge of it, it gets to be a cliff real quick. And I guess I should amend what I said. Rebecca, when she was in town, used to stop by, but she's been coming to the island for years, though, too. Like, almost an honorary member of the community at this point. Everyone knew her.
Did she like the libations? Was she always just here for the party?
Yeah, typically came to town a couple days before, always left a day or two after type of thing.
Interesting. All right. Well, I'm just going to get this stuff and I don't know.
Weird question. What was the exact thing she was looking for, or the exact brand?
I don't know. It was some like 3 doctor names strung together to make it sound even fancier. We got a contact lens solution. It's just called contact solution, though. This was some like Dr. So-and-so's lavender scented blah, 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 blah contact solution.
Lavender scented? In your eyeballs? Okay, whatever.
He shrugs at this. Like I said, we didn't carry it.
All right.
Do you have, probably not you, but does anyone rent out like an ATV or something to get around the island faster?
Oh, sure. Yeah, that's not this time of year. We don't do that because of the whole festival thing. Turns out public drinking and ATVs don't exactly mix the way one would think they would. But yeah, if you're looking for that, we can maybe go wake Pete up.
Sure. We need to stop by the sheriff's office. So if you can just give us directions and we'll head over after the sheriff's office.
Oh, to Pete's. The sheriff will be able to get you there, no problem. Him and Pete are good friends.
Oh, fun. What's the drama there?
It's a pretty simple story. Out-of-town sheriff actually does his job and tends to actually bust the local drunk on being drunk on ATVs during the middle of the day. It's all harmless fun, but I'm sure Pete would love to see Alan leave already. Wasn't too thrilled with him taking the job either, I suppose, but I think that's more he was just hoping no one would take the job for a little while.
Interesting. Well, you have a lovely shop here. I'm sure we'll see each other again.
We get by. For what it's worth, I'm sure the mayor gave you some big warm welcome and stuff like that. But how he's sure nothing went wrong in town or something like that. But some of us do appreciate you being here for what it's worth.
We appreciate it. It seemed like the mayor was really just doing FaceTime to try to assuage any... Well, I mean, it kind of seemed like he was trying to bribe us, but...
That sounds like Thomas. Always looking out for what's best for the town, even if what's best for the town is a tad unsavory on paper.
Yeah, do you know, like, what they own here? Do they own, like, everything?
There's an eyebrow at you. Surprised you get the full rundown. The three families basically own the entire goddamn island.
Yeah, but what specifically do the Reds own? Are they, like, the primary fishing family out here?
Kind of ponders for a second. I mean, a little bit of everything. I think the Thorpes are the ones that technically own the fishing at this point. There's not many Thorpes left. They're prone to going off to college for a couple years and coming back with a husband or wife from the outside to kind of that they woo in with some simple living on an island talk.
Like the bartender over at the hotel in town?
Yeah, like him. He's been here for a few years at this point. Married that Thorpe girl. What's her name? Alyssa or something like that.
Gotcha.
Thorpes are always trying to leave, but they always seem to come back. Something about the island seems to pull them back. It's kind of hard to adjust to the outside world when you grew up here your entire life.
Yeah.
Nah, the Reds, the Haltons, and the Nords, they fucking own almost everything here.
Is there? I keep hearing those names. I imagine that's a lot of family history and whatnot. But like,
yeah, I'm sure the mayor told you this, but the Reds, they founded Red Landing. They were the first ones to come to town. Haltons followed them over, and then the Nords showed up. They're the last of the big families to show up, I guess. Sometime, I guess they came over, I don't know, it said something like they came over like 1905 or something, but there was a big migration in the late 40s, early 50s or something, with the war and whatnot being done.
There's no beef between any of them, right?
Not that I'm aware of. The Reds, Haltons, and the Nords get along just fine. They're also just running the town as they see fit. Thorpes, they're the Thorpes, smallest group in the town. And then there's my family, the Immers, but we just kind of keep to ourselves. We're the second to last big family to come over.
Well, we should probably get going.
One more random question before we go. You know, by any chance, where the mayor makes their wassail? Like, do they make it here on the island, or is the other island over? They have a brewery or like distillery somewhere?
And it looks you confused. There's no brewery or anything like that. I think I pauses for a second. I think the Nords make it up at their kind of big house or something, some traditional family recipe or something.
Okay. I was just curious. I appreciate that.
I mean, you came over the hill, right?
We came from one of the hotel, yeah.
All right, then you passed the Nord compound, definitely.
Oh, interesting.
Got that big archway up front. The Alina's the one in charge of that whole thing right now. It's some kind of art community up there or some shit. Used to be a couple grand old houses. She's taken it upon herself to convert them or something. Land is good for tourism. Most of this make a racket.
Also, just occurred to me, do you by any chance have like a little like fun tourist map of the island here for sale?
Nah, if the mayor knew you were in the store right now, he'd be mortified, if I'm being honest.
Oh, that seems like a weird sentiment. I think the local haunts are quite possibly some of the most interesting part of any kind of community. I mean, like, look, despite the fact that you might not see everything that you see in like a city store, your fish looks absolutely phenomenal. Like, this is some fresh catch.
Much appreciated. I'll pass that along to the Thorpes, but the mayor's not a big fan of the tourists getting out of the main area. Says it's dangerous or something, wants them to kind of really stay there and appreciate what's going on there. I don't know. Like, I kind of get it. Reality is you lose some of the charm we've spent a lot of time building up by getting out and seeing the rest of the island.
Is it something you feel embarrassed about?
Kind of gestures around. Not in the least, but at the same time, like, I have to work pretty damn hard to keep this place open, and I'm the only store in town that sells groceries. Not everyone here is doing as well as the rest of the families are.
What is the town's population, if you don't mind me asking?
And shrugs. 300, give or take, for most of the year, and 300 plus how many thousands of tourists come in for the festival. We have more inns and hotels that are just vacant the entire year than anything else, really.
Thousands, you say? I mean, I was up. We were all up earlier this morning, and we hardly didn't see anybody. They typically all. Well, I imagine they're all trying to sleep off the last night.
Yeah, pardon my crassness, but the business model always seems to have been get them drunk, get them happy, get them spending. Seems to have worked out well for us so far.
Nothing wrong with that.
Shrugs at this.
Get them spending only in the main area, not here.
It trickles out. Reality is it keeps all the money from that goes to helping the rest of the town. They keeps the ferry going, keeps all the other stuff going. I'd be lying if there wasn't some envy on that part, but at the same time, Reds have worked hard for what they got. They built this place up from nothing. The rest of us came over and it's something to settle on, I guess. But at the same time, yeah, a little more diversity here wouldn't be a bad thing necessarily.
Well, do we have any other questions?
No, I think we're good, and just want to say it's commendable that you are keeping things going here the way you do. So
he shrugs at this. If I'm being honest, it's kind of nice to have some people that aren't for me to talk to for a quick second. I tried to leave, came back, and I took over my old man's store, and I certainly hope that my kids are smart enough to leave and stay gone. This is a complicated life to leave here on the island.
I can imagine so. Well, I'm sure we'll speak again before we leave. Thank you for this.
Sends a hand kind of in greeting. Forgot to introduce myself. Roger Immer. I'm, I guess, the eldest of the Immer clan these days. Not that it counts for much.
Well, it's nice to meet you, Roger.
Good meeting you.
Welcome to Red's Landing. It's a magical place, or so I've been told to tell people. If you're looking for breakfast, go to the gas station. Best breakfast in town.
I'll remember that.
What they got? I had a little bit of an egg white spinach omelet and whatnot, but
Yeah, nothing that fancy, but Julia can cook the shit out of some ham.
well, I am intrigued.
we'll keep that in mind.
Yeah, thanks for the info, and thanks for your time. Appreciate it.
I have nods. Enjoy your time here. Hope you get to the bottom of things. And no offense, hope you're not here for long.
None taken, but thank you.
All right, so you are standing outside. The door of the store kind of does the little bell thing as it closes shut behind you. You can see the aforementioned gas station. You can also see kind of down towards the docks, the various kind of fishing infrastructure buildings and the docks and the boats and whatnot. Where are you going from here? It's still the morning. It's not late enough that, like, there's lots of activity, but also maybe there just won't be a ton of activity. It's the time span around Christmas. It's cold. I will say that kind of as like the wind cuts across here, it's cold. It is not a warm environment you are in. You are still out on the Great Lake in December. It is honestly freezing, probably a little bit. Where are we going?
Question. Can I pop back into the shop and see if that they have binoculars?
Yeah, sure. I can hand wave and say that you have those if you want.
Cool.
Those are a cheap enough thing.
I just wanted to make it a known thing that I just now have a pair of binoculars.
Right.
I feel like this is going to be handy later on.
Sure. I guess kind of for like sake of nitpicking or whatnot. What level of binoculars are we going with for this? Are we going like just generic ones? Are we going like hunting ones? Are we going kind of fancy? I'm just trying to get a sense of what you're looking for.
I would imagine like just like a little bit of a step above. Well, it's entirely dependent just because like what is the level that this general store is carrying?
That's probably what I was getting at, I guess. Like, what are you? Let's start with what you're looking for on this.
If it's a fishing community and whatever the heck, like sometimes fishermen will use like a decent binocular, not like a toy binocular or anything else like that. So I'd imagine like it would be like a C grade hunting.
Yeah, that I'll say they probably have. I was more just making sure you weren't looking for something with like night sight capabilities or like some insane zoom or something like that.
Oh, no. This is just like general. I feel like this is going to be handy.
All right, yeah. So, yeah, you've got those. Roger is more than happy for the sale.
Cool.
Actually, give me a bureaucracy on those, just out of curiosity on something.
Does he not sell to outsiders?
No, he'll sell to outsiders. So a mechanic we rarely use is the there's a whole mechanic for basically expensing stuff fraudulently to an expense account or something like that. I'm using this in a
Oh,
less conventional way, I guess. Like this is basically kind of we'll call it the money system of deltagreen we don't typically dive into, but I want to use this for something else. So give me a bureaucracy.
a bureaucracy check from Agent Mobile Pharmacy Sanguine? Oh, absolutely. That is a failure of 74 out of 50%.
Yeah, nothing bad happens, obviously, but like binoculars aren't cheap. Word may travel. We'll see what happens. Yeah, so you got your binoculars, you've got the cutting wind coming off the lake, hitting you. Actually, everyone give me an intelligence on that. Or survival, whichever one's higher.
That will be intelligence. That is a 93% failure. He's back. The ghost of Father Fumble is back.
10 out of 80% success.
I have a 76 out of a 75 failure.
All right, Saga. It occurs to you, it should be colder. Like, this is not pleasant, but given your like location and just kind of the offshoreness and kind of the center of the lake, there should be more wind, there should be more cold, there should be more damp. Like, this is not perfect conditions by any measure, but like by all measures, it should be worse. Like, you can visually see around you off kind of like the shoreline and stuff like that. All the indications this should be worse. You see ice, you see kind of snow, like all the telltale signs of it being much colder than you're feeling right now are there. And I'm not saying you're feeling wrong. I'm just saying that like where you are at right now and kind of looking around the island, you realize like just in your immediate vicinity, there should be more signs of cold. There should be more icicles. There should be probably more snow. You should be getting hit with more wind probably. And you're just not. It's not just that you're on the right side of the island. Like, actually, give me a search while we're on this topic.
88 fumble out of 63.
You're looking around at kind of the various infrastructure and stuff like that. And like, there's just something not adding up about it. Like, again, this is an island with, as best you can tell, kind of like one income period, probably a year, or one major income, and just like looking around, something's not adding up, and you can't quite put your finger on it. But there's definitely something.
Okay. I'm trying to think of how to proceed here. Okay, so I'm going to work with the information I have, and then just kind of, so to kind of test out the cold thing, is it cold enough that like, I mean, you mentioned it's like cold, but not as cold as it should be. Like, is it cold that you can see your breath kind of cold?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It is not unnaturally cold or anything like that. It's not unnaturally warm. Like, I would say that like visually you're seeing, let's call it like signs of it being at or below freezing. It feels like it's 40, 50 degrees around you, give or take.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. So I kind of look around at the other team and I go, does it you guys feel like it's off a little bit here? Like, I mean, we were expecting for it to be really, really cold. I mean, we're suited up. I mean, this area is like supposed to be really, really cold, but you guys feel like you're freezing or not?
I'm supposed to be in Hawaii right now. I'm fucking pissed is what I'm feeling. Yeah, it's fucking freezing, but like, what do you mean?
I don't know. I just happen to notice it. Something's just, I don't know. Maybe the cold is not making me think straight, but just something just doesn't seem right.
Did you eat?
I mean, barely. I'm avoiding, honestly, most of the food here, considering what's happened recently. I'd rather not take any chances. Like, I'm eating anything I can find in a vending machine. I'm not taking any chances with food. Speaking of which, I think, didn't you eat breakfast at the what is it? It wasn't the breakfast buffet or whatever, but you had breakfast. How are you feeling?
I mean, I got hit with some Epicac and some smelling salts, so much better than what I would have been without.
Well, I mean, yeah, I understand that, but like, you feeling okay? Like,
I do not have any kind of voices talking to me in my head at the moment, but is there any other symptoms that I was expressing?
we're off to a good start if you're not hearing anything. At least can rest the theory that it's not everything potentially, which means we can probably be a little more open with getting some nutrients. That's going to be helpful at least.
I mean, I also talked to the guy, so he didn't have the same kind of skeeziness as Thomas. So,
well, true, but you also have to understand these are all people who are on the island, so we have to take anything they say with a grain of salt. So,
I feel like that is an overgeneralization, but at the same time, I see where you're coming.
yeah, I mean, again, we're just slowly moving variables off the board, and at least if you're not hearing anything after eating some food, we at least can remove some stuff off that like is okay, because living off a vending machine for the next few days potentially is not ideal if you want to maintain at least some sort of good energy. But anyway, I digress.
Well, okay. So if that's something that is concerning you, would you like some form of insurance? Do you want a tranquilizer to have? Do we want to each give you? Do you want to have one of my tranquilizers just in case if one of us goes crazy again?
I mean, no, I think considering you're not hearing voices, I think we're fine. It's just more of it's a precautionary thing we're in right now. Like, it's just, I think we're this far in. Okay. I think right now, the main thing that's going on is that whole wassail situation. Seems to be that's the thing I'm concerned about. Not necessarily the omelets in the morning. No.
Spark, did you have something to say? I heard you speak up a little.
I mean, I was just gonna say that it's cold, so do what he had asked before. So I mean, not really, but
I mean, yeah, it's cold, but like not freezing, right? Like I mean, it's hard for me to tell because I'm from warmer climates normally, but this isn't freezing, right? Like, am I crazy?
I guess it depends on what you consider freezing.
Well, let's get you into a heated room and let's get some food at you. I mean, we probably could, if you want to try some of the local island delicacy, there is the gas station burritos that the guy just told us about. Or we could head over to the sheriff's. I think, if anything, the guy had a little bit of disdain when we first came to the island. We might be able to trust him a little bit, or at least figure out what he's into.
Is that burrito place on the way to the sheriff's office, or are we going out of the
Ish. Like, wouldn't be going exactly far out of the
It
way.
wouldn't be too far out of the way.
Yeah, it's kind of, it's on the way in the same way that, like, everything's kind of on the way because there's not that many roads.
Okay. I think we can head in there and make a stop and grab a burrito on the way. To the sheriff's, that is.
Works for me.
All right, so you're going to the gas station for food?
Yeah.
All right. So the gas station, as you approach, you see it has 3 pumps. One of them has a weathered out of order sign attached to it. It also has a pump for diesel kind of around the corner. The kind of like office / I guess restaurant aspect of this gas station appears to have gone through several rounds of renovation. As best you can tell, none of them were finished. You see lots of plywood, lots of kind of like what were probably at one point temporary and now look very permanent additions and modifications to the thing. Most importantly, though, there is just a thick kind of black smoke coming out of the smokestack for this thing. There is a little door on it kind of thing, but it's not a very big shack. Like, it's maybe, I don't know, 10 by 20 or something like that, give or take. You go inside, you search around. What do you do?
Just from looking on the outside, anything out of the ordinary? Or
Give me a search at +20.
All right. 62 out of 63. But if I would have added 20, it would have been 83. So success anyway.
Yeah. So after kind of quicker inspection, you see that there is what could be charitably described as like a drive-through or drive-up window type of thing. But also, looking at all the equipment, you're kind of a little bit more closely, you're realizing it's all old. Like, maybe old enough that, like, if you just tried to pump gas, it would pump. Like, there's no shutoff for it or anything like that. Like, it's just kind of, if you walked up and operated, it would probably just work type of thing. Do any of you have experience with plumbing or anything like that? I think the answer is no, right?
I am not a plumber, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Is that a clickable skill? No.
Yes, but It's a craft, technically, but I didn't expect to be able to have that one. So again, what do you do?
There's not a group of disgruntled-looking locals outside, right?
Not at this moment, no.
Cool. I will head in.
I will head in as well.
Is there like a convenience store portion of it, or is it just like a window?
You can't really tell from the outside. The windows that are there are kind of hard to see through.
Cool. And Abel heads inside, or attempts to head inside. I don't know if it's locked.
Yeah, so the door it doesn't swing well, but it swings well enough, and you find yourself in the entry to what may have at one point been a place you could buy donuts, but now kind of seems to exist somewhere between haphazard grill, convenience store, and office as best you could tell. Like there's a desk in one corner that seems to be where someone would do paperwork or something. And behind the kind of counter of all of this is a short woman. Can't quite get a gauge on how old she is, but there is another woman talking to her. She's like late 20s, early 30s. Have you seen Christopher? I haven't seen him in a couple days. And the woman behind the counter kind of keeps shaking her head. No, I haven't seen her, sweetie. I'm sure he'll show up type of thing. You know, people get busy this time of year at the whole kind of festival and whatnot. And kind of like she keeps asking, she keeps kind of bringing up Christopher over and over. And as you kind of enter, she kind of looks over this woman's shoulder and kind of gestures at you. I'll be with you in a second. Actually, who the fuck are you three?
We're visiting.
Just taking a hike.
Just for recollection, we're here under the guise of investigating like a death, right?
Yeah.
We're the people looking into the tourist who died.
Oh, shit. Yeah, her. And kind of upon like hearing death, the younger woman kind of whips around. Someone died?
You haven't heard?
Was it a man?
No.
She kind of like breathes like sigh of relief. Okay, that means Christopher's probably alive still. Julia, I'm sorry for taking up your time. She kind of like pushes past you leaving the store, and the woman behind the counter looks at you and goes, I think I owe you one for getting her the fuck out of here. Jesus fuck. So you heard about the body, huh?
Yeah. You know anything?
She shrugs. Nah, I may have met Rebecca once or twice. Like strokes her like chin for a second. She bought gas for me once or twice, actually, but I don't think she had a car. I don't know. Maybe it was something else. I think she stopped through at least once or twice. When I heard she'd passed or heard she drowned or whatever the fuck happened to her. I'm not gonna act like it was sad. I barely knew the woman, but like I vaguely remember meeting her at least once or something like that. Sorry if that's not the answer I'm supposed to give in this case. I just kind of gestures her head, had to deal with that.
No, I get it. What can you tell us about Rebecca? I mean, she's been here a couple of times or came here a couple of times.
I mean, like, I don't know, once or twice, I guess. Like, no offense, we don't exactly get a lot of tourist business through here. Not a lot of reason to go to the gas station. Well, at all the fancy hotels on the opposite side of the island, not a lot of reasons to stop in for breakfast here. So when you get the occasional out of towner, maybe it sticks in your brain better than others.
That makes sense.
So I'm guessing my friend across the street sent you over here for breakfast if you're here, because not a chance in fucking hell an out-of-towner would guess that this is the greatest breakfast you'll get on the island here.
He did give us the tip, yeah.
So that means you want the ham, I assume.
Whatever the best is.
The best is the ham.
Then that's what we'll have.
You want sandwich or you want a burrito?
I'll do burrito.
She nods at this. All right, one ham burrito. And you two?
Do you have any vegetarian options?
Kind of like looks at you, looks behind her. I can put some lettuce, tomato, and I guess in part of an onion on some toast for you if you want that.
Sure. Yeah, why not?
Are you so vegetarian you don't eat eggs? Or
No, I'll eat egg.
all right, one egg sandwich, burrito. I can also make you eggs at that point, I guess. I feel kind of bad.
Oh, I don't feel bad. Yeah, it's a choice I made. Yeah, sure, I'll take some eggs.
I've already eaten, but I'll just take a bottle of water.
Kind of nods her head towards a out of date looking kind of refrigeration unit and goes, up yourself. Kind of like flips through a couple notes on her kind of table. It is 75 cents right now per bottle.
Perfect.
Yeah, so she kind of busies herself making the food, and kind of the smell is strong. It's a good smell, but like it's that diner smell of like we haven't cleaned our grill in 15 years and you're just cooking in like a decade and a half of fat and oil and flavor just cooked into the grill at this point. And 2 minutes pass, she kind of passes some food up to you. Order up, I guess. I don't know, we'll call it, thumbs through some notes on her desk again. I don't know, $3-4 a piece.
Okay. I'll hand her some money.
Takes it, kind of pretends to count it and puts it in the cash register. Will that be it? Or is there something else I can help you with?
You have any idea what Rebecca might have been buying gas here for? She doesn't have a car?
Honestly, I'm not even sure she bought gas. She may have just stopped in for some water. Maybe a sandwich. I don't know. I more remember she came here once or twice, but she kind of shrugs non-committally. It's been a while. I haven't seen her in a long time, if I'm even remembering her right, type of thing.
I mean, this is just my guess, but like seeing as you kind of have a gas station / kind of little restaurant set up, you have folks who stop by who just don't buy gas at all, but just kind of stop by for food, right?
Yeah, every once in a while. And she kind of like looks at you some, and she goes, I'm sure Roger mentioned it, but we don't get a lot of not local traffic on this side of the island. The city council, whatever you want to call them, kind of do a pretty good job of keeping them contained to the downtown area. So if I'm being honest, like you three are the first non-locals to stop by, and she pretends to kind of look at a calendar. I don't know, 2-3 years maybe.
Really?
Do you not have a positive opinion about your city council?
She shrugs a little. They're fine. I'm not much of a Christmas person, and well, as you may have noticed, we're big into Christmas around here.
I see.
It's kind of like the only thing we're into around here.
Were you into, what was your island doing more than just Christmas before, or?
I'm not from here. I wound up here through marriage. You meet a guy, he tells you he comes from this great island, etc., etc. You go back, he dies of old age or medical complications, I guess, more accurately, and then you're stuck here because you built a life here and you own a gas station.
I do have a question about like, how does I guess city council or whatever kind of decide, how far they like to keep the tourists, or like I guess the boundaries on like how they keep the tourists. Do they ever kind of include you in those conversations? Because like, I mean, we've talked to some folks and we know they're like, they don't like to have tourists in their areas. Any reason why? Like,
she kind of shrugs at this. I think the philosophy is something along the lines of, and I mean, no offense by this, pack them in, get them drunk, take their money. Sound about right?
I mean, sure, but like after you're done drinking, like you want some good sobering up food, and let me tell you, this burrito could definitely hit the spot.
I mean, yeah, I'm not saying my food's bad or anything like that. I'm simply saying, and this is not me kind of trying to weave a tale of woe. Gas station serves the best food on the island for breakfast. That's cute. But I don't exactly charge big money for that. I assume that you stay in one of the fancy hotels on the opposite side of the island?
Yeah, they gave us a room there.
Yeah, did you happen to glance at how much breakfast costs?
Not really, because we're kind of being treated here because we're kind of a special case.
Yeah, you could almost eat for a week off what I charge for one meal there.
Yeah, that it was a good egg white omelet, but
she rolls her eyes at this and kind of mutters, anyone separating eggs is a monster.
The character kind of chuckles at that one.
But it was about $25, and that's not including the tip.
Yeah, she kind of nods at this. She's like, yeah, basic idea is that, like, we try and keep the local side cheap, the locals, and the not local side, well, we make the money. I'm not sure if anyone's explained this to you, but that little festival they got going on right now, it keeps the town going throughout the year. Not a lot of tourism, the rest of it. We get some, little bit of fishing, a little bit of kind of people wanting to be remote, but maybe someone explained this, maybe someone didn't. We kind of shut that part of the town down most of the year. Like, it's expensive to keep running, and like maybe someone threw out the number, but like there's more people probably in one of two of those hotels right now than we have on the island the rest of the year. That's maybe an exaggeration, but not that far off, honestly. You probably have more people drunk in that town square, definitely, on any given night during this whole thing than you have on the island an entire month when it's off season.
Okay, well, I don't think I have any other questions other than you see or stop by any other spots that were kind of more locals only or locals exclusive?
She kind of like points out a window and slowly rotates to indicate an 180-degree sweep. Basically anything in that direction is local only.
Well, yeah, but I mean, did you see her visit those? Like, I'm just trying to.
Oh, Rebecca?
Yeah.
Shrugs. I don't know. Business was none of mine, I guess. Maybe the general store. Maybe, I don't know.
Well, I just figured Rebecca would have stood out a little bit more than one of your other locals out here, but that's fine. Yeah, I'll appreciate the time and of course the burrito. Very much appreciated.
One question before we kind of start moseying. What's your take on Alan Wusoff?
The sheriff?
Yeah, just a little bit of the gossip.
I mean, he's drowning. He's up to his eyes and weird, but also seems nice enough.
I was getting the feeling that some of the other locals weren't a big fan of him. I just wanted to kind of size him up before we really get talking,
Oh, you probably got the tour from Thomas, huh?
He was very insistent that he was the one to give us a personal.
Yeah. Thomas was pushing real hard that, how do I put this? Christopher Nord was up for the job. He didn't get it, not quite qualified for it, I guess, but he was the front runner until Alan showed up and applied and whatnot.
Christopher Nord, that's one of the big family names, right?
Yeah, they like trying to keep shit like that in the kind of community, I guess. The Nords are one of the big families around here.
That must have been upsetting. Is your sheriff a elected position?
Yeah, a little bit, but also you got to kind of qualify it. And well, Alan actually has, admittedly not law experience, but at least sort of law experience.
What do you mean sort of law experience?
Taps her head for a second. I think he was a park ranger before he came here.
Park ranger to sheriff, huh?
Yeah, this was about 2 years back. Typically, it's a pretty sleepy gig. Pays better, too, as best I can tell. Get paid to bust up the occasional drunk and the occasional kind of disorderly between the locals, and most of the rest of the time, it's pretty normal, pretty boring. And the last crime prior to Rebecca's incident, whatever the fuck it winds up being, was, I don't know, probably someone driving home drunk and hitting a fence.
So Christopher doesn't have any kind of experience whatsoever with that?
I mean, he's a local boy or local man, I guess, at this point. And no, there's not exactly a law enforcement community here or anything like that.
All right. Well, thank you for the tips. Thank you for the grub.
He holds up a finger actually for a second. I'm not sure if it's worth mentioning or not. The previous sheriff wasn't a local either. He kind of pushed for Alan to get the job as he was on his way out. Something about wanting it to kind of not become a local job, I guess.
Where'd the previous sheriff end up?
And I think he retired to Florida or something. Somewhere warmer. Something about his arthritis acting up or something.
Well, again, thank you.
Stop by any time if you need gas or food. Oh, yeah, I keep the pumps unlocked. So if you stop by and no one's here, just stop by when I am and pay up. Found it simpler than dealing with phone calls from the locals saying they need gas immediately at 1 a.m. in the morning.
Appreciate that.
Do you leave at this point? What do you do?
I think we should mosey on to Sheriff Alan Wusoff. Maybe gear up and then see where maybe the last place Rebecca was at. What are you guys thinking?
Yeah, let's head over to the sheriff. At the very least, this is once we're out of earshot of everyone else. I want to see about getting a weapon.
Works for me as well.
That's probably a good idea.
So you head over to the sheriff's office.
Onward to the
Yeah.
sheriff's office.
On behalf of all of us at Negative Modifier, thank you for listening, and we do hope you enjoyed this episode. If you are not already a subscriber, please consider becoming one, partially so you do not miss our next episode, but mostly because it helps new listeners find us. In addition to that, if you liked the episode, please consider clicking the thumbs up button below. If you'd like to further support the show, please consider joining us on Discord or becoming a Patreon patron.